UFC 203 is in the books, and the UFC's debut in Cleveland was a smashing success, especially for hometown hero Stipe Miocic. Miocic survived an early knockdown against veteran slugger Alistair Overeem and battled back for a devastating first-round knockout to retain his title in the main event at Quicken Loans Arena. But Miocic's victory wasn't the only big moment on Saturday night, so let us take you inside what really mattered at UFC 203. It was a year and a half in the making, but professional wrestling superstar CM Punk finally made his UFC debut. Things didn't go exactly as planned, however, as Punk suffered a devastating loss to Mickey Gall. Punk rushed forward to start the fight, and Gall slipped the attack and took the action to the floor, pounding on the debuting welterweight before eventually tapping him out. Afterward, an emotional Punk admitted he was incredibly disappointed at the result.
The process was magical. You know, I'm just disappointed. I'm beating myself up way more than I got beat up. You know, I'm supremely disappointed. But you know, the answer to your question is, aside from the outcome, wouldn't change anything for the world. It was just being out there under the lights, most fun I've ever had, and to say it again, second best day of my life. First one was my wife when I married her. Thank you.
Meanwhile, Gall said he had actually hoped to focus on his striking in the bout, but was happy with the result. Still, he sees this as the beginning of a long journey that he hopes next takes him to Madison Square Garden for a bout with Sage Northcutt.
I want to fight in the Garden, man. I'm a Jersey boy. That's my backyard. I want to fight at UFC 205 in the Garden against Super Sage Northcutt. Yeah, he's a tough kid. I think that fight makes sense in a lot of ways, especially right now. Both Dana White looking for a fight, guys, young guns. Both of us have questions about us, so let's bang out. Let's do it.
The night's co-feature wasn't the most entertaining matchup of the night, but former heavyweight champ Fabricio Werdum did manage to pick up a big win over Travis Brown. That said, the most entertaining part of the matchup may have taken place after the final bell. With both teams still in the cage, Brown coach Edmund Tarverdi and Werdum began to have a verbal battle. That quickly turned physical when Werdum threw a push kick to keep the coach away. Later, he clarified that he did not intend for that to be a full strike.
Coach come, everybody boo, you know, everybody say, ooh. You know why? Because this is Stipe Miocic house. When the Stipe Miocic go to Brazil, everybody boo him too. I think the guy say, go the same thing. I say, okay, no problem. And this coach, the coach coming, I don't know his name. Edmund Tarverdi. Ah, okay. And he say, hey, shut up your mouth, son of a bitch. I say, what? Como é que é, filha da puta mesmo? Huh? Ah, motherfucker. Yes, he say motherfucker. He say, motherfucker, shut up your mouth, motherfucker. I say, what? And then, no. You say for me, it's okay, but not for my mom, you know? And I just keep the distance. I don't got the kick, man. I just keep the distance because, you know, he's a boxing coach. And I see in his eyes, he wanna punch my face, you know? And I just keep the distance, that's it. But he come first. He says a lot of things, bad things, you know? And my mom say, never say bad things for nobody. I say, okay, but he start.
There were other big results on the evening's pay-per-view main card, with Jimmy Rivera picking up the biggest win of his career with a decision over Uriah Faber, as well as strawweight Jessica Andrade inserting her name into the title picture with a dominating win over Joanne Calderwood. Nick Lentz also picked up a dominant win over UFC newcomer Michael McBride and cut a promo that even CM Punk would have found camera-worthy.
I would fight McGregor with both my hands tied behind my back for that kind of money. He can come here right now and just fucking kick me in the head. All right, come on. If I'm fighting for that kind of money, I'll fight anyone. I'll fight him and Anderson Silva at the same time.
But of course, UFC 203 was all about Stipe Miocic fighting in front of his hometown crowd. And in one of the most entertaining one-round heavyweight fights you'll ever see, the champ retained his belt and drove the Cleveland crowd into a frenzy. While he embraced the moment ahead of the fight, Miocic admitted fighting in Cleveland did prove challenging, though he'd certainly do it again if asked.
Yeah, I would totally rather fight in Brazil. It's a lot easier for me, honestly. I mean, literally, just the last, oh my God, 4 months has been crazy in my life, you know. And he thought I was partying and all that, but unfortunately, I was training really, really hard for this fight because I didn't have a moment to stop. You know, I got married, did all that, but yeah, man, I'm gonna take some time to myself now and go on a honeymoon with my wife and treat her. Cleveland people are crazy. That's why I live here. That's how we do it. We don't mess around. Wait till next week and I go tailgating in the Browns game. You're going to see a lot more fights. I'm not going to be in one of them, but, we watch them. That's how we do it, man. Like I said, I'd rather fight Brazil, man, because I was just, I got a little emotional in my head for a split second, this is badass, and then people were, just trying to mentally keep them out, but it was, I'm going to remember this for the rest of my life.
UFC 203 was an entertaining night full of memorable moments. There were highlights and there were lowlights, but fans certainly got their money's worth. In the end, the Cleveland crowd was wild with their first UFC event, and that's what really mattered at UFC 203.